For some reason, my buttons aren't working. Gotta do this manually. Whee! That's great. Look at that, my desktop. Oh, actually, the program up in here. I gotta do that. But I was gonna waste. Anyway, hello chat. Good evening. I did not do much preparation because I was too busy watching movies. So where is it? Which one was it? This one. Okay, I put in filled in white. I also realized I didn't do Yoshi's hair when I streamed this last. I need to adjust my tracking. Settings, camera, calibrate. Better, I think. I gotta fix the now playing. I just started music while the starting soon screen was on, so. Cooperate. There we go. For now, I'm just gonna listen to this one song, but I'll probably take it off and put it on shuffle later. Let's just feeling the vibes, this one. Maybe it'll be all stream, who knows? My voice is a little rough this week. Part of why I didn't end up doing the reading stream. It's starting to feel really rough around then. And I had speech therapy for the first time on Friday. So, a little but it's not terrible. But it was really interesting though, I'm not gonna lie, doing the speech therapy. She had me do my full vocal range from normal to top all the way to lowest, and my high doesn't have any issues like I had previously suspected. I don't like talking in my higher register. Usually when I do the little cutesy voice, it's usually the easiest. But it's somewhere in the middle where it's really affected. So, which is where I generally talk. It's like slightly above my normal voice, but sometimes extends into my normal voice, and then just a tiny bit into my upper register, but not much. Oh, I gotta stop doing that. I can't. I'm not supposed to be clearing my throat like that. If I do that, chat, fucking scold me. Anyway, I have a little bit of food, so I'm gonna eat while we do this, but food wasn't done until like 5 minutes before stream, so when it's supposed to start. Hi, buddy. No, you can't have my food. If you want to come snowball, you can. But I think you're just trying to get up here because you want my food. Little beggar. I know your game. Hey, would you like me to move this closer? I did move it earlier. Is that better for you to get up? Yeah, there you go. Sorry. I moved it. I guess I needed to sit on it while I did your cat blocks. Kitty boy. Hey, chat. Let's go ahead and do some drawing. Nice, cozy little night for those who have nowhere else to be. God damn it, I did it again. It's gotta be really hard to break that habit. Cleared my throat like that. Hi, buddy. Hello. You're so needy lately. And I don't know what you want. You seem like you want something, but you never do. You have all the necessities that you need. You have toys. I play with you. But you're never too interested when I play with you, so it doesn't last very long. And today you just don't want to snuggle with me, even though I can tell you want to snuggle. What's up? What's up with that? Cooper? You're such a dork. Hi. You get it? Come on. Come on. Get up here. You're holding up drawing time. There you go, bud. Yeah, you're sniffing for that food, aren't you? I know you. Yeah, I love you too. So handsome. I think what it is and why my button stopped working is because Streamlabs just did an update today, so I don't think the Stream Deck rolled out an update yet. They did. And, baby. There. Oh, they're off screen. Let me grab the children, or grab my model so I can scoot up a little bit. Oops. Not supposed to move that. Anyway. You gotta get comfy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Ah. Nope. I'm not gonna clean up the line too much. I'm really just gonna use color to fill in the gaps. What you doing, buddy? Are you happy? Happy fella? Like these cute gay boys? Where is connected pixels? Okay. Need to turn down the closed gap a bit. It's not filling in properly. The tolerance is too high. What you doing? Yeah. Oops, that's right. Why is that so different, huh? Oh, because the way the line curves there, that's not gonna bother that. Trying to remember everything that is this black. Hold on in Discord. I knew it, you were here for the food. He perked up as soon as I grabbed a piece of steak. And mine. Fuck. What color are Jennifer's shoes supposed to be? Pretty boy. I never dragged into shoes, so I forget. They are black. I was wondering. I'm just gonna pull up the rest for the boys. Their lower halves I very rarely draw clothed. Stop nudging the mic, you goob. You're so needy. But the other two are lower. That's why. Just looking at the wrong section. Yes. Yoshi's not pretty cool. Regular one. I forgot I added that visual reference for that outfit. It looks so nice. I keep forgetting to put these on the website. Keep meaning to put the like official references. But problem for future me. His boots are also black. No, that would be cloth. That would be... Gotta decipher my own shit. I should have colored this last stream. Yeah. I think that's all that's black. We'll find out. Socks into his accessory. You lazy. Are you okay, buddy? Is your tummy upset? That's supposed to be white. There is. This is also his. I think I have the main base colors for sure, yeah. Get into the little details after I get everybody's base colors down. Stop acting like you're gonna get food, bud. You're not. I know, so hard. I'm neglected. Which part is which? That one's that. This one's that. Oh, it's that. A little bit of the black there. Yeah. Now this one, the black and the red. Yeah. Should be this. Where it would be that's color still. Oh, for you, she might be actually. No, I remember why that's the way that it's. That's supposed to be Yushi's arm on the back there. The purple looked brighter than usual. I think it's the right one though, still. Hello, Blue. I'm doing alright. My voice is still a little rough, but doing okay. It's good. Tonight would be a good night to stream because it's a good time to vibe with chat, you know? In case anybody doesn't have anywhere to be on this evening. That should be purple, right? Yeah. Yeah, we do nice chill vibes tonight. Just hang out. Wait, not do that yet. Do the rest of his outfit first. Probably should have done his sleeve a little further down, but his sleeves are a little smaller, slimmer, so really only a tiny bit would be poking out. Not sure if it's worth it, because it would also be draped over his leg a bit. Yeah, honestly, Valentine's Day is just an excuse for chocolate. Oh, I should have gone to fucking I should have gone to Safeway to get chocolate covered strawberries. I love their chocolate covered strawberries. Now that I think about it, that might be why the other store that I went to didn't have strawberries in their like pre-cut. They didn't have any pre-cut strawberries because they were probably using them all to make chocolate covered strawberries. They usually use their own stock for that. I don't usually buy too much extra. You left. I know you're just here for my food. Go. Go. I know. I'm sorry. You want tasty, huh? They're out in the hallway, bud. I'll give you some after stream, okay? I know. Hard life. What I should have done was switch to the lantern scene, but a lot of effort. Not really. It's just a drop-down menu, but I don't know if I set up everything properly on the lantern scene. Might be a little scuffed. This is kind of where it starts turning orange, though. Radiant, but should be mostly orange at this point here. Good question. I don't usually pay attention. Usually they're like I think on the higher end they're like $5 a pound. I just really love strawberries and I try not to pay attention to the price. So they're my indulgence. Oh, don't you worry about that. That doesn't need to be grammatically correct. Is that the right red? I guess that is the right red. Looks so much brighter than the... Man, whore. God, I gotta stop doing that. Let's start to... well, the little things now. Why is that so big? Huh? Tolerance down to 7. Area scaling is way too high, that's why. We do it around 2 to 4, depending on the size of the image. airbrush was so big, so I was making our new little guy on my shoulder earlier today. Rid of the worst of the strange shenanigans we got going on down here. Also, I realize I probably should have my mic a little bit closer, given my volume. Getting very low right now. It's hard for me to get the mic to come this far though. Here I have it currently. Need to get a longer cord for it. But I don't want to spend the money for that right now, because there's been a lot of purchases lately due to the result of a lot of broken things in the house. So, would rather not, because I'm definitely gonna need one of the really long ones in order to put it back where it was. I prefer it on my right, but right now it's on my left, attached attached between my monitors. It's on like the monitor shelf of my desk, so. Yeah, hopefully. So now I'm doing speech therapy. I should hopefully start getting more, at least more control over my voice issues. For now she gave me like some tips and some stretches, which definitely help with the pain, but not so much loosening up the raspiness so far. I've been doing some of them most of the day, but it's still kind of rough. I talk too much. It'll be a soft boy stream. I probably should put on the low energy sign just for that. Typically. Not that I don't have the energy, I do. It's just I don't have the voice right now, so. Honestly, it wasn't that tight until I actually started streaming, but that's because I haven't really talked much today. I think I've only said a few words to family, and that's about it. It's really funny trying to put, during the speech therapy evaluation, she put out, a thing. There was a form I was filling out, and it was like kind of evaluation of like instances in which I would potentially strain my voice. And one of the things I was actually really surprised to see, and it was arcade talking. And I was like, you know, I do technically do that because I'm a streamer, but I'm like not gonna tell my medical professionals that I do that. I don't know why, I just don't feel... I try to avoid it. I usually say I play games online with friends a lot. And that's what I ended up telling her. But it was really hard to kind of rate how much I do that. It does vary. Usually in a group setting, I tend to be the quiet one. I just observe, but when it's just us, you know, I do try to yap to fill the void. What streaming's about. It's a little harder though when my voice is the way it is right now, so. I tend to make a lot more of my silly noises lately when I'm head empty and don't have things to say. Yeah, I'm hoping. I see her again in like 2 weeks, and we'll start doing vocal exercises. Now it's just the stretches and other tips she gave me in order to take care of my voice, which includes not clearing my throat, but rather doing a couple other methods she showed me, but I'm really bad at that right now. Hey! Not yelling at the critters, you know, like when my cat's trying to open the door, he's clawing at the carpet. I know. Hey. You know, you're just gonna go back to clawing at it. I'll grab the bag I usually rattle at him whenever he does that. Make it a little more of a thing. Run away from it, Uber. It's like it's easy to chase Jake off from doing bad things, but when the dogs start barking, I have to yell at them because they're either just not listening to my grandma or my grandma's not around to yell at them. Ends up being kind of hard when I end up hearing my voice. I had to yell at them to stop. Speaking of the barking, heard some in the other room. I don't know if it came up on mic or not. Okay. Scribble, scribble. Doing the edges. Not that. Fix that. Sure. I don't know if I'd be able to answer that, but I'll try. Not very up on food trends personally, but I will always attempt to answer a question if I seize it. Really need to turn off those Steam notifications when somebody's playing games. I had that off on my laptop, which came back today, by the way. I haven't opened it, but apparently they reinstalled Windows and it worked. So they didn't replace anything this time. So I guess Windows just bricking my PC. Or bricking my laptop. Hey, stop it. Rattles bag furiously. So part of why I was late today, other than grabbing food from downstairs, was also that I was finishing watching John Wick series. It's a streamer we follow. He decided to do a little watch along of them, and I was like, yeah, I hadn't seen it. Why not? About matcha, I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm not the biggest fan of matcha, so also with you there. I'm not the I honestly don't know. The likelihood, potentially with the pricing going up, could be the harvest of the tea. As it wasn't great, or just because the demand is so high, or a combination of the two. That usually tends to be the thing, and you know, obviously inflation. But that's about the extent of my knowledge on the subject. The only like matcha flavor thing that I've had that I like is matcha flavored Kit Kats. Those are pretty good, but it's mostly white chocolate, honestly. Market's always changing, so I wouldn't worry too much about that kind of stuff. Products come and go all the time. People's tastes change as well, so it's what it is. Unless you're working in that particular industry, it's not your problem. I no longer work at the spice shop, so therefore such issues are not my purview. really funny is, sitting in a baking stream yesterday, and they were talking about how vanilla prices are so expensive. But I don't think very many people know why that is. A lot of it has to do with, like I said, the crop situation. It's really difficult to grow vanilla beans. And the climate in that area is very temperamental. So, it tends to not always go very well. And that's why the prices are so high on, like, legitimate vanilla. Why imitation tends to be people's go-to. Wait, when I was still working, I have no idea what the price is now, but I think it was like, was it the 3-pack? Or the single one? I don't remember. It was upwards towards like $28. For the tube of vanilla beans, like whole vanilla beans. They were not cheap. But that was like 2-3 years ago now. So they're probably even more expensive with inflation. All the tariffs. The music is tickling my brain for wanting to write fair trade. I might try to tonight, but lately writing has just not been flowing very much. And kind of, I mean, sort of blocked for it. I think it's more been the motivation. I've been having motivation and brain fog have been kind of getting in the way of it for the most part. Been very focused on doing making the physical book, but making new chapters right now has been a little rough. But at least while I have that kind of block, that's why drawing is helpful. It's a great outlet for that and can be inspiring for other things. It gets me to focus on the characters. Oh, I know. I'm like 15-ish chapters ahead right now, so it's not that big of a worry for me right now. Especially with the 2 bi-weekly release schedule. Oh shit, I forgot. I was going to make a script for the next chapter preview for this one. I keep forgetting lately. Or I just haven't been feeling good because of health. Health is still all over the place because the weather's being wonky for the most part. Main issue there. So should that be white instead? It would be part of his hair. I think it would, actually. Part of Shia's hair would be right there. Maybe. I know I'm not anywhere near done filling all I missed some spots. Oh well. This is for funsies. Not... It might be merch. It might be a poster, but doesn't need to be perfect. I haven't updated the poster store in a bit. Should have done a sale for today, but late for that. Didn't think about it. I still want to get the like jackets that I made on there of the boys, texture patterns. I should do a few more characters like that. I think it would be fun. Some of the others might be a little more difficult though. These three, it's like a little easier. Yushi's hair always is... Honestly, Yushi's is the most difficult to fill in because he's got all the dark... His hair is darker, so the little light bits stand out. The other characters, I can kind of get away with it. Okay. I think that's the worst of it. Just kidding. Yeah, anyway, I watched John Wick for the first time, and I understand the hype personally, but and the writing is very good, but honestly, there's almost too much action in it for me. They are really cool fights and stuff, but oh boy. Personally, glad I didn't didn't jump on the hype train when they first came out. To watch them all. It's good. But I don't know, it's just a lot. Through my little brain. And I do occasionally like action movies and such. Usually I watch either action, fantasy, dramas, or romance stuff. But, I don't know, for some reason started getting a little disjointed or disconnected from it, I guess. Still a lot of good moments, and boy does that man get hit by a car way too many fucking times. If I ever watch it again, I want to count how many times that man gets hit by a fucking car in the series. The fourth movie alone is so much. What is this color? Oh, I know why that looks so bright. Hang on, I did this in the wrong color. I still had his eye color selected, not his secondary hair color. Yeah, that's better. It's looking a little too vivid. To that color. Also, doesn't help that my mic is kind of in front of the color palette. I have to lean in order to just see it. What else? I'm not gonna do a gradient on that because it's too small. Too small for it to be noticeable. That's it. Well, we can just do textures. Let's start with Jinsa since we're on him. Hi. You come to snuggle? Should eat more of my food. It's still sitting there. You want it? You want to steal it from me, huh? What are you doing? You can't have that either. In fact, I'm gonna move it out of the way. I know I need to clean my desk. There's a ferocious amount of dishes on it. Just when I don't feel good, I forget to bring down my dishes and they just pile up. I know. You want a goodie, don't you? You really want something other than your food, huh? Hang on, I'm gonna give him some salmon treats and see if that calms him down. You want a snacky? Yeah. What is it? Let's satisfy your needs. Your bellies. Come on, let's go grocery shopping, okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sometimes cats... I think that is the theory, is that cats kind of see us as one of them, but you know, they think they're smarter than us. And so they gotta protect us, you know, that's why they want to go with you, and then you go to the bathroom. Well, it's mine certainly does. This pattern in there. Ooh, that's really big. Print it. I still have it on perspective though, yeah. Reminds me, it was on perspective because I finished the chapter art. I finished a chapter art for, what is it? It was when I started, and I hadn't finished. I don't know if I think I started it on stream. Yeah, I did start it on stream. It was one I only did the line work for. But I was doing the background for it, but the tool is still on perspective. I could share it. I meant to share I need to share the speed paint on in shorts, because I actually am recording time lapses again, not chunking my device, you know. Yeah, I finished it. See, yeah, very cute. So, yeah. I love that moment. It's so good. Their like first almost kiss, you know, that gets interrupted. Great. Oh, the first moment that everybody starts to hate me, you know? Hehe. The slow burn. You gotta wait for it. Yeah, like I always say, it kills me more than it kills you guys. I've had to force myself to rule rule of 3 for this. There are so many times where I've had to like cut apart because of like it would be too much to do more than that, and I know it would be. So golly. But I'm trying to avoid it being more than the 3 instances. Really interesting. Streamlabs chat updating is a lot slower today than YouTube chat. I don't know why that is. That's weird. Maybe the new update. Very interesting. Where's Yushi's back? There it is. You feel better now, bud? doing? Alright. Do you feel better now that you had a snacky? Is that what you wanted? Is that why you wanted the door open in case Mom walked by? You're so cute. My mom's usually the one that gives him treats, so. Kitty boy. Also, I see on the very briefest of the stream preview that my model keeps freaking out. So sorry about that. Tends to lose its mind when tracking is limited. Or when it's struggling to catch my face. Oh, wait. I didn't add the section. It's part of Yushi's arm. Not that much shows there, but a little bit does. Very tiny bit. Adjust it so it's a little more obvious. Why do you do this? Object. What is it? What is it that I'm... What's the setting on? That's the setting I'm thinking of. Switch to different layer. That is annoying. Especially when I'm working with transparent pieces. Hi. Hello. You wanna go lay in the hall now, don't you? I know you'd usually do that at this hour, huh? He's taken to loafing in the hallway. Haven't you? He likes laying perfectly in the spot. There's like a tub of dog toys and the laundry room door, and it's like perfect width for him to loaf in, and he loves loafing there. So silly. He fits, he sits type shit, you know? Shoot, let's get his pattern in here. I did not bother check that. Yeah. Bigger. Not by much though. That's about right. That looks pretty good actually. Just a little bit this way. Hello, Westerns. What is that? Oh, it's above. Why is that above? weird. Oh, thank you. This is my sweet baby boys, my lovely little Ozies that I write about constantly and draw all the time. Where is the ginkgo leaf brush? I want to at least put a couple there. I think I put it in clothing because I use it more for clothing than I do for setting. That was one of the first few I threw in here, but maybe not. Where the ginkgo leaves at? There. Whoops. We don't do that. Haha, jump scale. Thank you for the subscription. I need to turn that down. Make that bigger. Hey. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't remember if I did a particular what's it called? Blending mode. Da. It's cool. I'm also non-binary, so personally I prefer he, him, or they, them pronouns, so. Wait, you're so cute. Why are you being such a pest tonight, huh? What's up? You want something, and I don't know what it is. You have everything you could need in this room. When the doors open, you never even go outside. Unless it's during the day. When the dogs are downstairs. They're upstairs right now. My sweet boys. I love them so much. Can't wait to get back into a decent writing flow so I can get more of the story done. We're getting into a good arc. But it's the actual plot, less fluff. Gonna be a bit before I get back to that. So there's probably gonna be quite a few drawings like this. After I finish all the chapter arts for the physical book. Maybe a little in between if I am feeling stressed. Sometimes these are very indulgent stress relief art pieces. Pattern. Color. there is rotate that, set this to something like. I almost forgot that one. Are we good to shade? No. We need two more things. More things before we shade. First of all, here. Gotta give my boys their pretty eyeliner. Oopsie. Skip this. Oh, never mind. It's already at the end. Fix that later. What are you doing? Hi. You like to snuggle? Are you gonna come snuggle on my lap? You're thinking way too hard about it, but that's my silly boy. You wanna come snuggle? You look like you want to. No? No snug? You can go lay on there if you want. I love that for you. Flip up the blankets for you. Is that why you have them lying here? Blankets that have been defluffed. There, have that. Nice and fluffy. Yeah, they there. Yeah, you're thinking about it now, huh? Don't you fluff those blankets more often? Hmm? Oh, are you trying to go for that cord now? Don't do that. Yeah. Thanks, you're so cute. Sorry, my cat is being silly boy. He doesn't know what he wants right now. Keeps bugging me about it. Or he does know what he wants, but I am too stupid to understand. Let's switch this to multiply. Make it look better. Very thin. Teeny tiny bit. It doesn't need a lot. Maybe it has the most of the three. The other two, it's more just an accent. Boy, bud. What do you want? Can I help you? I don't know what you want. You're not telling me. You want to snuggle or what? I'm sorry, I don't understand what it is you desire. You want to play? Is that it? You want to play? Are you in a mischief mood? I can wiggle the wand around for you. You play a little bit? Yeah? A little bit? Sorry, cat break. Very necessary. Also, since my model keeps freaking out, I'm gonna put the boxes away. I'll keep you guys on my shoulder, though. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, you get it. You get it. You come get it? You done? You done already? Is that it? Is that all? Yeah, you get it. You get it, silly. He really doesn't play very long, so he loses interest pretty quick. Well, you got that good, huh? Little toasty stuff? There you go. I'll chomp. Yeah, is this helping? Is this helping your silly little brain? Just a little restless. Getting all tangled up, you goobers. My desk were facing the opposite direction, this would be a lot easier because I could use my other hand to still do stuff. But alas, my right hand is now occupied by cat. Yes, I know. I know. You're so silly. This is so silly. Get it? Yeah, you get it. You done? You walked away, so I'm gonna assume he's done. I want to get back to drawing, so. What? You walked away like you weren't interested in it anymore. Don't look at me like that. Silly boy. Let's get blushies in here. Blushies and skin texture and all that. Oops, I forget that my like hand positioning on my keyboard has been so off lately. I don't know what it is, but I always keep hitting the wrong buttons. I just had tell me I just rolled and didn't do. Wait, I think I did. Sweet boys. A little bit on DD. I forget. I think I still use this blush color. I think it still looks okay on him once I blend it. Usually I had to make a different one because his skin tone's different from those characters that I draw. There. Really need to do it there. I think that's good. That one. Grab Yoshi's real quick. A little more bold, because once I shade it, it's gonna white out a little bit. Should be it. Okay, let's blend these up. Make it look good. They're so cute. I'm screaming. I could scream, I would. Alas, voice issues. Would be good. You're so cute. Ooh. I fucking love them so much. Listen, I don't need a partner. I have these boys. Let's start shading. airbrush. And we expand. Yeah, there should be good. Did I have another bite? Yes, I do. There we go. Stuck together. I need to finish my dinner. Very cold now. Yummy. Mom made steak. And, smashed baked potatoes. I've yet to touch that. Both are very cold now. They were done an hour and a half ago. Tragedy, I know. This happens a lot when I eat. I tend to get very distracted, but usually when my throat's very rough like this, I kind of prefer my food on the cooler side, unless it's soup. So it just kind of has become a thing that I do. Sometimes I'll just let it go, let it cool off way past room temperature. Also, a lot of it is I just get too distracted and I'm too lazy to go heat it up downstairs. It requires climbing stairs. And I am very achy lately. Ye old bones. Oh, you know what? I missed another texture for Yuji here. I think I have to make this one, because I don't think I've made it yet. No. I haven't remade it on this PC. Let's see if we can find it. It's gonna take a little bit. This one? No, that's not it. Similar, but not quite. I really wish I could save all these downloaded brushes in like a master pack so that when I reinstall on new devices, it's not as obnoxious to try and set up. Also, I'm afraid to turn on my new my old laptop since I got it back. I don't know if they wiped the drive again or not. I'm hoping they didn't, because there's a couple edits on there that I haven't quite finished and would like to, and haven't had a chance to transfer. I couldn't get back in, or it perished. This, no. It's so hard to see some of these in this icon. I am so blind, dude. Like, yeah. The fucking cataracts, dude. I'm getting old. Starting to sound like it, too. New model idea, old man. Old man Sumi. That ye old wise sage look. That'd be funny. Where the hell is it? I thought it was one of the flower lines, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. Not that one. That one. Oh, I didn't even know I had that. That's a good one to know. Might use that for a design for Yushi at some point. Where is it? Hey, please tell me I reinstalled all of them. Gotta be here somewhere. Stained glass. Serpent. And all these accessories that I've never used. But maybe one day. I've thought about it, but sometimes it's a little difficult to get them to look right. Let's use this one. Fine ribbon one. Found it. I should make a collection of just fair trade ones again. So a couple of them I also used for the allies, and I had also made a thing for that. Like this one in particular is on Zen's Obi. Where is this one? Yes, add to presets. So I can make it a line tool. Give me that one. Get the right size. Get the right color. With it. One's down low. That one, that one, that one are all on the same line. I'm a little bit smaller though. Right about there. I like to try and make sure it fills the space just right, you know? Anyways, if you use Clip Studio Paint, I highly recommend this method of adding textures. Hydration time. So right. Didn't do any on that side. Oh right, I remember what this line was. That line was supposed to be this section. Same section as the line I just did. 24 gore. Next time I do a complicated picture, I'm not stopping until I color it. I have totally forgotten in the span of what is it, 3-4 days now? So cute. Oh, I love them so much. I want to do all sorts of things that will strain my voice, but I cannot. Did you ever wonder why I started saying, specifically saying I'm screaming when it comes to stuff like this? Versus, you know, actually screaming? It's because of my voice issues. Also, a streamer I watch tends to say that a lot. But I have a legitimate reason for it. He's just silly with it. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's kind of hard sometimes to get into the functional way of things. And a lot of the times, we're just like constantly bombarded by information and such. And that's why like depression and serotonin, or serotonin levels are like so much lower or whatever. Or not serotonin, dopamine. That's what I meant. Getting my brain chemicals mixed up. The happy brain chemicals, whatever those are. I'm too tired to think right now. But yeah. Like the reason why those are a lot less frequent is because we're constantly bombarding ourselves with information. So it's become more common, but we as a society are much sadder these days. My depression is so chronic and all that. We don't take enough time offline. Me, I don't take enough time offline. But yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes you need the escape that the internet often provides. And that's okay. As long as it's not unhealthy in any way and you're not harming anybody. Just a little bit. Even the angle. Yeah, go take care of yourself, Blue. Have a good rest. Really sad I had to erase Ensa's little claws. Or not even draw it. I remember that one waist grab picture I did for Patreon. I know I did a version with Yushi, but I don't remember if it was... I did one for Jinsa. If not, I should. Grab his slutty little waist. I always try to make my streams a nice little safe haven, so if anybody's ever feeling upset about the world, come have comfy cozy vibes. Just chill out. Don't have to yap. You don't want to. You just lurk. Listen to the music while I draw. It's usually comfy cozy music like this. I don't usually do the arcade playlist, which has the most gamut of jams. More house music on that list. House and electronica and all that. And anything that sounds like it's a video game music. They're so cute. I can't with them. Scream. Can they all kiss already? Not gonna lie, there was a particular meme that I was considering drawing instead of this, but I settled on something cute and fluffy rather than silly. I'll draw that meme eventually, but it's a might be from some show or something, I don't know. But yeah, it's like 3 different people kissing, and then like the last shot is like the chick just flipping off the screen or whatever, or the camera. Really funny. I've been wanting to do it for these three for so long, but I haven't yet. I've not had the time. She would do well on TikTok. Memes always do well on TikTok. I just don't meme post enough. Too into drawing fluff and sexy men, you know? I did it. It's a little wrong. Yeah, but that's okay. Kind of behind, so it can be like that. That's okay. Somehow I mentally switched the direction of my shading there for a second. Happens a lot. A lot more often than you think. Just, like I said, don't look too closely at shading sometimes. Usually I claim multiple light sources, because there usually is multiple light sources. So realistically, there will be a lot of shadows, a lot more shadows than there are in most art pieces. A lot of art schools will be like, no, you gotta do only like 1 or 2 directions of light. But you know, sometimes we're being bombarded from light from multiple angles. And it's a little harder to draw that sometimes. That's why people usually say you gotta limit it, but you don't have to. Good to start with. Good for when you're learning, but eventually you can figure out how to draw stuff like that. And sometimes that includes adding a few extra shadows even where there shouldn't be. In those particular situations. Anyway, thanks for the art lesson for today's stream. Happens every once in a while, you know? It's been a while since I've done one. Art tips for somebody who's been drawing for way too long. Been drawing long enough for my drawing skills to be of drinking age in America. It's a little funky now that I'm looking at it, but that's okay. We can fix it. Right amount of shading, we can do this. I have to go back over this for smaller details. Yeah, I feel like it. We'll see. When we get there. Honestly, I'm not in love with how this fabric drapes here. But I'm too lazy to fix it. So it's gonna be how it is. Like I said, this isn't for the book specifically or anything like that. It's not the fluff piece, not an official art, so official but not official, you know. You know, certain like anime or certain anime series or manga artists will just like release random cute ass images of their characters doing shit. But you know, it's not something that's in the story or anything. That's what this is. It's gonna look so much better once it's blended. Yeah. So tired, dude. Went to bed on the later side last night because I was watching the first 2 John Wick movies with some people in Discord. Not our Discord, obviously. Although I'm sure Aya would love to do that with some of the other allies, because I know Paya was very into it. She watched it in theaters, or at least the 4th one. I was there. I remember that. I need to make a second version of this playlist without the tension stuff. There we go. This is the playlist I use for a lot of the fair trade stuff, chapter previews and whatnot. Maybe eventually the audiobook if I can get around to editing my recordings from our streaming. From our live readings. I just don't have the energy for it. My there's also haven't been chapter previews lately because I've been so bleh health-wise. So, golly. You guys have been enjoying those. Might be a little too late to put in the script for this one. And I definitely don't have the voice for it right now. Wait, when does the next chapter come out? Is it this Friday or next Friday? I think it's next Friday. I usually like to get it the weekend after the chapter releases, so guess I'm like 2 weeks. Rather than, or a little less than 2 weeks. Rather than one, well, half a week. I usually try and have it in by the Wednesday before the supposed to release it. Sometimes it's a little later, but I'm a little on it. I'm not super deadline focused sometimes. No, life happens, and usually it means I can work on other shit. Like book stuff. Before I used to do the chapter preview videos, I did, I just posted little text-based stuff occasionally with art, if I occasionally did do art. I only started doing the chapter previews around, what was it, 26th, I think? Chapter 26? Been posting it for a year at that point, I think. Almost a year. Maybe a little after a year. Man. No, my posting schedule was a little random early on, so I can't judge it by my current posting schedule. Currently I post a chapter once every 2 weeks. Anyway, if you're new here and you don't know what I'm talking about, I write a book, and these are my sweet little characters that are in said book, the romance series, and I post chapters once every 2 weeks onto my website and a couple other places. A web novel and Royal Road, specifically. Anyway, that's my life. What I do. Lately, I've been trying to read it from the beginning, so that I can edit it all up, that I can make a physical copy. That's kind of what the art streams have mainly been focused on lately. Getting ready for that. It's starting to turn into the lazy shade the longer I go on with this. Oh god, voice crack. Voice is going too. It's only been 2 hours. I need to start wearing out towards 3-hour mark. Ugh. Now you know it's bad. I might not stream on Sunday. Whatever we play, I don't know if I'll be streaming it. Lately it's been non-stop Cobblemon. Hopefully one of the other allies feels willing to stream it, but so far none of them really have been into it as much. The one that has, definitely cannot stream Minecraft. Her PC's not strong enough for that. These spots. Here, here. I will do better cast shadow shade layer on its own. Trying to get the basics in there. These are also starting to look fuzzy. I don't often stream on the later side. It's because all the health issues start acting up, among other reasons. Still died here. There. Next, I'm not done with it. And I messed up the shading here. That's okay. It's supposed to be darker back here anyway. Really all gonna be washed out when I actually do the shade. Gotta drop shadows. I have such a hankering for apple. I could have chopped up an apple and brought it up here. I'm a goober. Know what I'm having after stream? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't even finished my dinner. Okay, I am on blur. Thought it was on blend for a second, given how that reacted. And soften all these edges. Make it nice and smooth. Make the fluff look even fluffier, you know? I'm the epitome of trust the process, as far as art style goes. Sometimes I'm too lazy to adjust the brush. Looks like Streamlabs caught up a little bit. I saw those messages pop up at the same time in both windows. And yes, chat, I do have you on 2 windows. One's on the dashboard and one's on my OBS. We're almost done. Highlights won't take too much effort, and I'm not gonna do anything complicated for the background. Probably just gonna be fluffy circles and shit. Geometric patterns of some sort. I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. Knowing me, I'll probably just slap down watercolor style. Brushing, gradient type thing, and then sparkles and all that. Not looking to do anything too complicated, especially not tonight. I don't want to finish this. I'm getting tired because I'm not talking as much or making silly noises. My brain's starting to go into head empty mode. Anything not blended or over here? Yeah. My stomach's starting to react to having food in it. I didn't eat slow enough. Yeah, the reason why I've been eating a lot slower is because my stomach has been reacting very negatively to food, and sometimes if I eat at a glacier pace slowly throughout the day, it tends to do better. Yeah, see my doctor this coming week, so I can talk about the issues that keep plaguing me and maybe find a better medication for it. I don't know. The one that I normally take makes me way too sleepy afterwards. Like instantly honk shoe like 30 minutes after I eat. Like an hour or so after I take it. Honestly, I should be taking that as my sleeping pill, honestly. Since the current ones don't work very well. There's that. Do extra layer for cat shadows. A few spots. Blend some spots. Some of the ones on the sides specifically. Be good. Add a little highlight and you can call it good for the boys. Overlay. Alright, that's right. Okay. Just looked a lot lighter than it normally does. Guess it's just because it's the black. The reason I don't do full bodies very often. It takes so much time to draw, dude. Like, whenever my commissions are open, I always pray that it's not a full body image. I don't know why. Like, legs aren't that difficult, but it's just so much more, I guess. If anything, upper bodies are more complicated to draw, but I don't know. Missions are closed right now because when I was having technical issues, I was just closing them, and I decided not to reopen them right now. Since I'm working on book stuff, and I need to start working on model stuff as well, new models and such. Which is why my Live 2D commissions have been closed for a really long time as well. Good for overall before I blend. I haven't really done much here. There we go. Good enough, methinks. Start blending these. Situation. Hopefully it blended the white okay. It's really hard for me to see the highlight on the white with my monitor. I really should use the bigger monitor for this, but it's such a pain to look up and do this sometimes, and the smaller monitor is a lot closer to me now than my laptop used to be, so a lot easier to do stuff on it. It is a slightly different aspect ratio because it's I think it's a wider monitor. It's not an ultra wide, but it is wide. I don't think I've had the monitor I've had forever. I think it's like I think it was like the first secondary monitor I ever bought. For myself specifically. Because I had only ever used my TV for it. And I ended up getting this monitor, I think when not when I first started streaming here. I think it was when I first started streaming on Twitch. way back. Like 7 or 8 years ago back. So I've had this thing for a while. Still works good. I haven't, there was like a time where it wasn't getting used at all, and it just kind of sat in a corner. It didn't die out or anything. It's still good. I get the bulk of it, and I do the detailed highlights now. Missed one. There we go. I think it's good now. It's just too big, still. Yep. Back to my hankering for apple. I think it's mostly because I want apple pie right now. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I kind of like how the highlight is on their hair now, so I don't think I'm actually gonna add the extra brightness that I normally do. See, easy. Slightly blur. I can tail work here. Is that for shading? I think so. Let's do my silly line art thing. J. Selected. You. Not you. You. Play. There we go. And I use that to that. And that's how I do color line. Some random thing I found. Couple spots I think I'm gonna darken a bit. Wait, I need to switch that to color from layer. Make it more good. There-ish. And its eyelashes a little bit. I'm gonna lighten outer edge if I can. this. In that case, blur the edge of it. It's looking too off. I think everything else is okay. We do one more layer for the eye shines. I ever noticed that there is an extra noise pattern added to the line work. I don't usually do files this big. Looks nice though. So cute. I think background. I think we'll do two different colors. One for what they're quote unquote sitting on, and then one, yeah, other half. You know what I mean, jelly bean? I don't know why half of this isn't visible, but that's okay. I knew it. Pink? Sure. Other half? Do a separate layer. Would look. Other pink? No. They're too similar. I don't want to do the whole thing pink. If I can get a halfway decent different shade of pink. Sure. I'll be applying gradients to it, so they will look different. Where's my favorite brush that I don't use enough anymore? Stop doing the watercolor shit. For you. Ew. No. It's you? Yeah, it's that one. Wet blotting ink. Big. Ooh, I forget that it expands very much outside the boundaries of this brush. Interesting how it's going a little more brighter than darker. Huh. Normally it's a lot more it darkens a lot more rather than brightens like that. Whoopee. Okay. It's a lot more than that. Too much. losing the texture there. I'll just do this manually. Gotta cheat a little bit, but blur it just a touch. I don't like the harsher edges, especially if I'm using more airbrush. I'll have the gay sparkles in a minute. Let's see what it does to this. No, it didn't, right, I see. Hydration time. Lagging a little bit when I do this. Kind of shade, but not really shade. Yeah. Just a little bit. I'm gonna lighten this a bit, actually. Because there's so much red down there. And it did come out more red. Okay. Guys, sparklies. Put it only on this half. On the upper half. Add glow. Just my silly effect brushes. Sparkles. Big. Couple big ones. Nice. So cute. Boo-boo. Been a while since I've done the gay sparkles. I'm gonna do the gay circles too. I don't have the usuals. Oh no, I do. Never mind. There it is. Where's my circle brush? Are you losing? It's hard to see. Happy little bubbles. Are in most shoujo series. Then, so cute. I'm gonna blur the glittery sparkle. Just a tiny bit. A little too crisp, if you know what I mean. I'm also gonna fucking rotate. So cute. Okay, I think that's about the extent I'm gonna do for the background right now. Let's do merge visible to new layer. Set this to roughly 30%. And then we blur it. Get that extra fluffy look. Look at that. did it! Art complete. Very cute. But they're so adorable. I want to be them. Trauma and all. I'm fired. Definitely gotta wrap it up here. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Shout out to Bod Gang if you're watching this later. I appreciate you all. And thank you for spending this Valentine's Day with me. I will I'll share this everywhere. Whatnot. We actually save it before something goes wrong. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off. Good night. I hope you all take care of yourselves, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Wait, I gotta do this manually. I forgot. Bye.